Page 7. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To it all may I become Buddha. The Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha in the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent, destroyer, the one God beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and a good conduct, supreme God of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you the completely and fully awakened, the endowed, transcendent, destroyer of the glorious, subduer the shock and cry. I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent, the one God beyond, the foe destroyer, completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and a good conduct, the Lord of the world, supreme God of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, the endowed, destroyer of the glorious, conqueror, the subduer, the chakra cry. I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides and said, I am supreme in this world. To you who were wise that I with pure bodies formed, supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best Lord, to you I with the supreme size, face like spotless moon, I prostrate. Dust free like 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean. To you, the one God, to thus is I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realm, the one path, the sublime purity, to the Dharma that pacifies I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realization, who are devoted to the moral precepts, beauty, attending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the Great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all, in all aspects. With a green faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash, a lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all seeing. Subdue the foe of all faults, which do the sourest ocean. Perturb from Tushitas, hundreds of God's protectors, to tip of his fresh, pure white, curd like cloud. O Lama Tsongkhapa, Dharma's omniscient King, pray come to this place with your desire. In space ahead, on lion throne, lotus, venerable Guru, smile brightly with delight. Pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine, as supreme merit feel for my mind. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowable. Your eloquent speech adores fortune. Your beauteous body famed glory outstanding, homage to you, worthwhile to think of here and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, perfume and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme view. Non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless, especially what has contradicted three. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned mundane concerns made my O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful grace. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds tensely massed in your dharma kaya, pray loose a rain of vast profound dharma on fields of disciples just as me. May whatever virtue that I fear gather bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and make venerable Losang drop essential teachings specially shine forever. Migme sewe chen raise, dream a kempe wang po jampel malu job say song wake kang che ke pe su kien song kapa lo sang dra pe shabwa so. Glorious and precious root guru, pray take seed of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seed of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seed of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Until supreme awakening, remain steadfast. Homage to the exalted three jewels. Thus have I heard at one time, the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha and Bochimam. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomenon called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Shar, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of profound perfection of wisdom, the inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Shar, the Bodhisattva, how should a child know lineage trained who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Shar, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly like this, subsequently looking perfectly and correctly at the form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not other than form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics. That is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Sharaputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no eye, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no I element and so forth up to no mind. Medical. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance and so forth up to no aging and death, cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Sharaputra, because there is no attainment, Bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom manifest a complete belief, and that's perfect and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequal mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The wisdom is proclaimed. Tayatara gate gate paragate parasam gate bodhi solo. Sharaputra, this is how a bodhisattva of great deeds should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the severe of Vishara the bodhisattva. Well said, O child. The lineage so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and that the goddess will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Sharaputra, the superior of Vishara the bodhisattva, assembly as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised with heaven spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, waveringly caring for practitioners as your children. Homage to the hosts of the three places Dakinis. Tayata Om Gate Para Sam Gate Buddhi. Through the power of truth of the exalted three jewels speak, may all on the side of negativity, such as the four Maras, be stopped. May resistant, may they be stopped. All enemies and hindrances, Shanti, Kurias, the 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, free from adverse harmful conditions, may all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being. Sashi Puki Chukshing Meito Tramri Rabling Shi Nide Yembadi Sangye Jindu Mite Uwar Hiro Kunamda Jiwa Jubarsho Jesu Lama Chapakenam Hijukuhala Kense Trindrine Chita Shambeng Tujezima Laza Keshuki Charpawatuso Idam Guratnamandala Kamniryatayami Chodak Soki Chunala, Jam Chupadu Yaki Daki Chunan Kepe Sona, Chodak Benche Sange Drupa Shul. Chodak Soki Chunala, Jam Chupadu Yaki Daki Chunan Kepe Sona, Chodak Benche Sange Drupa Shul. Chodak Soki Chunala, Jam Chupadu Yaki Daki Chunan Kepe Sona. Jola Benche Sange Drupa Shul.
Markle, you can get up. There, some candies. Everyone get one candy. This is like Tibetan tradition for the. Yeah, you can open, you can hang everyone. This is auspicious. I can get that one. Good. Yummy. Super idiot. Made in China. Yesterday, I make 4, like our puja, they all call that. The container, how it calls?
The group deck?
No, the big one.
Oh, the big balls?
Yeah, big balls. I make 4 balls.
Wow.
Good? Yeah. We make the 4 balls to each person get like each any kind. Like maybe 400 or 500 people came. I think so, yeah.
I saw some pictures.
You saw that? Yeah, this is a Tibetan tradition. Yesterday, even they lie. No. They try to, get up the job. Because if you, one joke, one may be like they really serious. If you walk New Year Day, you have to walk whole entire life. Therefore, they try to get up that day. Huh? Whole entire life.
Now you tell me.
No, this is a different tradition, This is like superstition. It's really not like that, but it's different culture, the different superstition, right? Like Vietnamese people have to go midnight. Temple. Marco doesn't sleep. Do you sleep?
I went to bed too,
Oh, you bet too?
because I have to drive other people home.
Yeah. Yeah, they go all night, the temple also. Temple serve the food that night, right?
Yeah.
Midnight, like 1, 2 o'clock.
People just go for the food. Jackie remind me, we're not going for the food. We're going to
Yeah, different tradition, right? And also Vietnamese tradition, they have to go 1 year, like 10 temples. Then you obstacles go away. Different tradition, Like Tibetans also, they are taught to, they come every, so usually some people doesn't come to the Tibetan community, but they come here. And they like tradition, they like to, Oh. Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me. Too early to wake up, you guys. Really? Allergy candy? Because they're meaning China. Anyway, like the tradition, then they, they come, they try to come everyone, they to decoration also. This also we have to look. Usually Tibetan have Witsang, Kamba and Amdo, 3 different, you call
Regions.
regions. They're all different tradition. This big one is the Amdo Manak, what we call the Witsang tradition. The big, what we call
Oh, the big puppy ones?
big puppy one. This is the Witsang tradition. Usually come, yeah, centered.
Last.
Usually come and Amdo doesn't have that. Top there, the small one. This is the Amdo tradition. This is also Witsang doesn't do like that. The small ones, tiny ones. No, they.
Oh, it looks like a rope.
Yeah, rope.
Like a rope.
Yeah, it's very hard to make.
And which one's Kampa?
I don't have the Kamba. I'm the Kamba. I don't have Kamba tradition.
What do those look like?
Those look like like similar, the really regular ones. There was something long one. No different tradition. The main thing they have also grass is thought to call the spring come back. Like anyway, they have some all different traditions. Like, yeah.
What is the meaning of the sheep's head? I've seen that guy in there for so many years. I was always curious.
Has a younger look. Yeah, younger looks the young thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
wealth.
Tibetan call
Oh,
wealth.
okay.
Yeah, wealth. Yeah, then other side, the Troso Shimar. Other side, one is the wheat, jaw, wood wheat, warm mouth, cut to the toe. And the Chemala, that big on the Tetamom Tang, custom was in Chimbatan. The pre Chemar. Changinaman. Trosa, cut to the Shukaji, Sendo Kaji, Changsing, Kaji. Changman, that's Yai Sing to Kaji, Dimino. That's a show they want to catch Chemar Chisana, can they Martan, Zambatan, show the woman to see the Yamil Magima on that Digi, Dimbistic.
So on the other side you see the barley. So some people say there's like a wine, so when they brew the wine, like a beer, wine. So that's similar to that, or actually also to warm up your mouth. So it's called the barley or wheat for that. And then on this side there's the tampa, and mixed with butter, sugar, like the honey, and then the molasses and so forth. So they mix that. So sweet for the mouth.
Then we have all different kinds. Tea, butter, milk, yogurt. This is all auspicious, we like traditions. This one tradition. It looks Western tradition is more simple, right?
It
You don't have nothing much. Here we don't have that.
depends.
Yeah.
It's different though. Different people cook different things.
Yeah, they only cook red, but they don't have any decorations.
Not really.
Yeah.
All the Christmas trees.
Yeah.
What, really?
Christmas trees.
Oh, for New Year.
Especially
Yes,
for
no,
New
yeah,
Year's.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys also let's just check what they make. Maybe one day in New Year I'm not here. You guys will make. Then you don't know what to do. If you have Tamchi here, you ask Tamchi, he's not here. Then you guys, wow, what can we make? You have to call all the
So you
world.
have to prepare by pre-growing the grass.
Yeah. Like that anyway. This is like New Year's. Okay? Happy New Year. Then what I'm to talk? I thought something to talk. Anyway, then in Tibetan like maybe 1 month we celebrate New Year. We go to each family's house. Today this family's house, all families go there. Next day we return go to all different houses. They prepare the lunch, dinner, breakfast. No breakfast, lunch. Here they have no time, right? But this here also they sometimes I go to 10 families' house one day. No, just one day, same day. This also tradition in everyone's chema chokapesho. I don't know what it
Come and taste
Come and taste the
sweet flour, sweetened flour.
Then you have to go. like auspicious, then sometimes I go to like 10 houses one day. I just travel a little bit. Anyway, that's tradition. One hand is like very close each other. Here also they have every evening they have dinners every one's house. They invite all the friends like that. But you don't have much time. Only the Saturday or Sunday they do the big party all together. Like their celebration. Then usually someone died, their family member, then they don't do celebration that year. Someone died. Even the old, like my area, the normal tradition, if someone die, the family member, whole year they go, luchi laka, nyangan luchi karo.
Mourn for the whole year.
Yeah, it's some old tradition, Anyway, like this is like small tradition. You guys can learn about the tradition. Okay? Now today is a new year. Are you guys a new person? Really? I thought you knew. Yeah, technically we all knew. At the moment we knew. The new tradition, new person, new day, new chaplain. Still okay? No, don't be all okay. All just kick out, right? We don't want all things. Yeah, same person? No, we change. You are impermanent.
Yeah, changing.
Anyway, it's wonderful. We are able to come together to study a little bit. We are very fortunate. Otherwise, a lot of people, if they learn that way, not possible. There are not conditions that are very wonderful. Then our text is the Lama Tsongkhapa's Foundation Good Quality. If we go to very detailed, there is in the whole lam-rim that. You can teach whole lam-rim, include that. It is a very short prayer. How many verses? Short.
14, right?
Very short, very meaningful. Like it is the essence of the Buddha's teaching. Then very powerful. If you like to go detail more, I call Jevosna, more extensive than read the lam-rim. This is the lam-rim. Then therefore, also if I am not able to teach whole lam-rim without looking at the lam-rim, then we will go to maybe explain the words. Then you can look to another books. You can see the more detailed things. You don't want to go too far away. Maybe text, how many books? Whole year? No, just a couple of books, maybe 5-6 weeks we will finish. We don't want to go too far, otherwise you guys die again there. Okay? Then how you say? Also within that we try to live in meditation. I think looks Westerners like to meditation. They say, anyway, you guys teach meditation? Oh really? Oh, then I look for meditation. People think that like that. Therefore, it's very essence of the Buddha's teaching. It's very meaningful, very deep. We go to deep. Even they call, of course, sutra, and also if talk about tantra also. Therefore, include all the Buddha's teachings. And common and uncommon. We call common, uncommon. They all include that text. Also, maybe most you also memorize. Anyone memorize? Maybe Dalai. Do you memorize? Yeah.
Yeah, with different translation.
Oh.
If you look on Parch, I like his translation.
Or different translations, different meanings?
Which words? You should look at the words are used in really different
Different.
Oh,
Maybe different things. Okay. Then even you are not very able to very serious, but just rejoice. I'm able to, if you don't understand, but you just rejoice. But the good influence. Okay? Then usually, you have to talk for the, story of the author. I'm not much to talk. It's Lama Tsongkhapa. Lama Tsongkhapa is the one of the most scholars, Tibetan scholar. He's the very also, what's that? I don't know. Also, he did so many great things. Like, one we have we call Desasum. He published, what I call three great monasteries. Sera, Garden, Drepung, Sera. It's like thousands monks. It's a really education place. Also, another thing is, like he did the great Mulam. Right now, pre-festival. We went to the, what you call Sarvati. The place and Buddha's time, also then a lot of non-Buddhism, and the Buddha have also so many competition. We went that place. Remember that? The small place. There's 15 days. There also competition. I don't know. This is very funny. They said this place as a Buddha went to the Tushida to teach his mom. That's a summer term. But the festival is Tibetan New Year term. I don't know how they do. Because not the Tensheda, Yanni Shukar Yapper Sino, Sajade, Tarsino. Chase taking door. And the Yanika Yapper Sino. Kajidan didn't take it, chunted the tar on the Yapper. The Kani Hamok. Anyway, like that great festival with Buddha's time. Then after Buddha passed away, Lama Tsongkhapa, he also sublation, I say. Sato wasn't. Satochi was. He the founder. Restored in Lhasa. Lhasa we call Chowo. Chowo has right now Chowo has crown, right? Before they don't have crown. Yeah. All others over there. Do you see the crown? That this Chowo is this real picture from Lhasa. This Chowo is the Buddha Gaya stupa, the second floor. There's that Buddha statue. Then king of the Chinese, I don't know who bought it from China. Anyway, they belong to king of the China. Then the king of the Chinese king's daughter married with the Tibetan king. Then they give to for her. She bought from Lhasa, Wenchen. This is the real that Buddha statue. The Lama Tsongkhapa, he offered the crown. Then he started the great festival, Molam Chembo. He the first start that. That right now we can say Kaju Molam, Gelong Molam, Nima Molam, Satya Molam, all the Molams, Buddha Gaya, there's so many Molams. But the first start in the Lama Tsongkhapa. Therefore, any kind, Lama Tsongkhapa was the one of the example Tibetan scholars, Even, the same scholar in the Nagarjuna, that text for the someone translated for Tibetan to Sanskrit. Then His Holiness asked the India the scholar, he said, what do you think difference in the Nagarjuna and the author of the Lama Tsongkhapa? He said, very similar. Therefore he's very scholar like Lama Tsongkhapa. That he's the person to compose. So we are very grateful to follow his teachings. We are very fortunate. Okay? Ani tatinira mendo. Tane da shidang loji jeba shawda. Da nga jeba she me se chang so ma shinge jiro so.
So Actually, we should go into a detailed explanation about the biography of Lama Tsongkhapa. But you guys already might know the biography of Lama Tsongkhapa, so we don't have to go through into the details of the biography of Lama Tsongkhapa.
아니 간주 가서 나한테 빼셨대 아니 추대 쿠츠모 예멘데 땅아서 좀보다 딱이요래.
So whether the text that we are studying is authentic or not, depends on the who wrote it, right? So the composer, so whether the composer is a valid person or not.
맞아 너와 진짜로 depth 야보이면 depth 좀보다 딱이도 와.
So it's same here, right? So when you look in the book, so whether the book is good or not, to compare whether the book is good or not, you check, who the author is, right? So similar here.
아니 당할라 기바셔 주지 셔와서지 ordined. 남들 남을 따데 시단데 lam-rim도 주바로 해야 들어와. 대단한 lam-rim 제단도 보시나 남주 시단가 아니 당할라 기바셔 주지 셔와서지.
So the greatness of the author, right? So to prove that the teaching is authentic, and and in order to develop the respect or devotion towards the teaching, there's this greatness of the Dharma.
아니 간다를 주텔라야 아니 제주도 뭐 가린데 주대 냠내 지어와나 텔라드네 캡상 그거보다 캠페인도 가린도다 된데 송거래.
So the greatness of Dharma explains about the features or the benefits or the advantages, right? So what advantages are there for practicing this teaching?
아니 된데 당하들 아니 전혀 간에 제거 그래 해서 지요래.
And then after that, it talks about how to explain, teach, and listen, to such kind of dharma.
아니 시와들 아니 된데 다 당하됐다 로망인지 로망 담방인지 로마 쳤다되어 봤나? 아니 다 티가 다 로마들라 다 남네 제단으로 가래 해서 대남주 다 빼자 차상 시도하는 건데 고요랬어.
And then after that, the fourth one is how to lead the actual students of the dharma on the path. So for the actual teaching, all these four greatnesses are required.
빼신다 당할라 기바지 주시셔와서 세만나 안에 빼셔대 따와라 되네 아니 가로 땜바트 좀 가면 또 봐. 사지 땜바 사지가 손차서 안에 패대 지지랑 가와면 또 봐.
So the greatness of the teaching is that by studying this teaching, you will understand all the teachings of the Buddha not being contradictory with each other.
근데제나 아니다 빼셔대 야보차고 그래.
And so if you see that through this teaching you understand that all the teachings of the Buddha are non-contradictory, then that's the benefit of studying this
아니 수라 그래. 수라 담정 가면도 당한테 잡아서나 송아도니다. 텔레테네 아니 빼자 간이지 갈라와나 알렌데를 갈라고 면인데 갈라고 면도서 간지 소소고 당하고 있고 그랬어.
And so then through studying that text, when you find that all the teachings appear as instruction to yourself. So, this is for me to do this. So when it appears as instruction for you, then that's the greatness of that dharma, of that teaching.
되는지 있다와나 아니 텔레테네 레버간나 아니 레버고 모델하는 얘기랬어.
And then through that result of that, is that one will be able to understand the intention of the Buddha.
가르에서는 텔레테네 소소지 녀바차나 갈래 라시고 빼나 녀마샤와나 아니 가갈래 셔도고도 되는 가로 그랬어요.
And then through that, all the mistakes, all the delusions or mistakes, of oneself, will disappear or melt away. So just like, when there's a sun, all the snow will melt just like that. On the sunny day, the snow will melt just like that. All your negativities will melt away.
그래요데 저도 녀모도 봐 셔도에.
So do you find that? When you study these things, do you find that your delusions are melting away?
녀모양 파용도.
Or are they increasing more?
그러와 어떻게 던도 빼낸 것이 뭔데 빼낸 것이 뭐 자기 어린데.
So these are very important points.
그러와 빼나 땜바트 좀 가면도 또 비쳐와. 소라말에 당하는 거에 저기 쳐와. 내부 그 모델하던 입에 쳐와. 아니 니지 좀 뭐라 가는 거 비쳐봤던 또빼 지주로 그래 다 연대들 때는 요래서 배셔들어.
So these are the qualities of the advantages, the advantages or the qualities of the greatness of the Dharma that what's that? Tangbudi?
아, 땡바트 정 가면데 또 있죠.
So that's the greatness of seeing or understanding all the teachings of the Buddha are not contradictory.
순화답지 당하는 재미죠.
And then the greatness of all the teachings, all the teachings appearing or arising as instruction.
대외 공부 들어든 얘기죠.
And then the greatness of finding the actual intention of the Buddha.
아니 니지 침보를 안 가든 그러겠죠.
And then the greatness of all the misdeeds and the delusions are automatically coming to cease.
뭐듯이 아니 다 안에 사실 좀 봐. 저와 니든지 줄라 진이 지다 집에 송도마야 아니 주 가리는 녀거래. 주 녀행원에 가리지 녀거. 시행원에 가리지 시고. 아니 들이다 다 주다네 다 소소고.
시원이도 가서.
아. 저와 니든지 줄라 진이 지다 집에.
시원이 가래.
아니 다 된적인 저원인데 제준이도 되게.
개준이 가래.
제준이도 아니 가로 소란말에 당하는 때라더니 아니 가로.
또 시들어.
뭐 이게 시기 당보대.
제법어쳐.
안 제법 쳐봐.
저기 쳐.
어디 주지 봐. 되게 제준이도 되게 되게.
제법어쳐도 저기 쳐래.
주지 쳐봐 가로. 주지 당보 가로. 아,
나말로 고바쳐 왜도 저기.
주지 쳐 올래. 당하라 그 배지 쳐봐. 주지 쳐봐. 대다 아니 된리가 주 그것만 내가 지금 되는 대법 대 따뜻하게 대법 쳐봐. 당하라 그 주지 쳐봐. 쳐니 대단 되는 게 주대. 그래 대법 대는 대봐야 봐. 콜라 지주 대 영역이 쳐봐. 지주 대니게 되는 게 주대. 다 냠스가래 거래서.
And then after that, the teaching which contains these two greatnesses, the greatness of the author and the greatness of the Dharma. Right? So this teaching which contains these two greatnesses, how do we study and how to lead the actual students to the path through these two through the teaching which contains these two greatnesses.
그러와 오들 아니 다 들리들 아니 주 간지 년 거래. 간지 시고 그래. 아니 들리요 아니 수수거네 도모라 들리 생에 시 년에 녀저 가라야 아니 냠내로 가르쳐 그래. 들으송아요.
And then this such kind of teaching, how do you teach that teaching, and how do you listen? So that's the way where the teacher should teach, and then the way the students should listen.
그러와 들리지가 아니 다주 들리게야 주년들아야 아니 주 투비가 파에 주도 투가나 펜치 뭐래서 소소 파에도 된 거야 아니 수촌 주된 년대가 끊어지 그래.
And so how do you listen to the teachings by understanding the benefits of listening? So you have to understand the benefits. If you know the benefits, you have there's such kind of benefit in listening or studying the teaching, then you will want to study. If you don't see the benefit, you will not want to study, right? So in order for you to study, you have to see the benefits.
아니 다 나중에 아니 주다 주마발라 기접고 그래서.
And then also you have to have a respect towards the Dharma and the teacher who is explaining that Dharma.
그러와 들리지 아니 들리지 아니 다 들리지 다 년승원이 가리지 다 들리는 아니 가르는 보다 남주가로 가을 먹겠다. 아니 가지고는 전에 추생에 대해 갈다고 그랬어. 추생에 대해 갈. 소송은 지금 당가도 계속 님보지 마시나 미디 갈다는 게 얘기 왔죠. dum로 오시나. 그때는 오고 그랬어.
And then also like when you listen to the teachings, you should look at the face of the teacher and then listen with the delightfulness, with the joy. So just like when someone who is very good at telling stories, you have to look at the person's face, right, to really enjoy that story. When the person says, so that brings a smile or joy in your face. And so that's how you should listen to the teacher who is teaching the Dharma.
들리지 원하니 다 소소로 펜도고 들어와.
And so if you find such kind of teacher or teachings, then that will benefit to oneself.
아니 다 녀한테 말아 아니 내 주제 sompa 진짜 대시 죽되는 바거든 요래서.
And then also when you listen, you should listen by abandoning the three faulty vessels, and by applying the six recognitions.
그래서 내 주제 좀 가래.
So what are the three faulty vessels?
It's upside down, dirty and holes in it.
다때 소소로 빼잖아 지제다.
So can you apply that to yourself?
Or anyone, yeah.
Anyone.
Yeah, depends on the day.
That's good. This is good. Very honest. Yeah. Tenengando 용도 was. 내지 견섬산데 내지 견섬도 마타와이나 나도 추대가 앞에 도요 말이.
So the three the faulty vessels. If we don't free ourselves from that, then we will not really receive the benefits of the teaching.
좋아. 어디서 다를 라모초도 하고 그러한 나는 되신 거
So we
라모고지.
don't have to go through each of them, right? You already know that.
오케이. 아니 대진 대시 두 세트 좀 하고 왜?
And then what are the 6 recognitions?
너도시는 람름 주면데 추 가르지 임바나 추 소소고 냠내 제와 옛날에 추 시에바이나 냠바이나 강갈대 고겨.
So this is not only in the lam-rim, but any kind of teaching, right? So any kind of teaching, when you listen to the teaching, when you explain that teaching, you have to have these things. So what are the 6 recognitions?
Are they the ones
Good.
you don't listen to the teacher, you listen to teachings and not the teaching and not the words but the meaning?
No,
Not those ones.
not that.
Not those ones.
Recognition. So recognize, recognition. I mean, there are many different terms they use, right?
Or maybe different ways, yeah.
You understand
Maybe
the
develop.
6 recognitions? Is there recognition, or what other terms they have?
Tell them and then we'll know.
Or I give you one.
Give us
One.
Okay.
Recognize oneself as a patient.
Oh, recognizing the teacher.
around and never the
Teaching us the medicine.
Sangha is nurse or assistant.
No,
No.
you go different directions.
Yeah, those 3 first, then after that.
Okay? Around and never the she. So the never ain't going. I don't know what nothing it was.
So we are inflicted by delusions, right? So we're inflicted by this. So we are sick, sick or patient, like
저도
who's
나가도요.
inflicted by the disease of delusions.
Are you guys sick?
Are you inflicted by disease of delusion?
Yeah.
We all.
Are you a sick person?
And around nepen the shit. And chumawala, member the shit.
So I mean, in recognition or like thinking, so thinking oneself as a patient, and then the thinking of the teacher who's teaching us as a doctor,
And chula many the shagores.
and then thinking of the doctrine, sorry, the teaching as the medicine.
And it tindiga and it chewed yamsan lava net traveling the shagores.
And then one should think that by taking that medicine, one will be free from the disease. So by practicing that dharma, one will be free from the delusion. So that's what one should think.
And it is about Jewatam the shit in the dark and Jewatamba. And the shooting a kangala and that Jewatamba kaji, so Kiship shagores.
And then the Buddha or any teacher who teaches the dharma, should think of them as a noble person, and to respect, by thinking them as a noble person.
And the tindiga chudea, that yielded never, shooting it and yielded never, chudea yielded never show some goddess.
And then also
Are you
should
okay?
think of think of the teacher and the teachings to remain for a long time, thinking that way.
Mag okay? Candy? Sorry.
말하면 그거 못하게 돼.
It's okay. That's fun, okay? 그래도 저도 대화하고도 이거 저도 대화 바자식도 해서.
So you know how to apply that, right? So to any kind of teachings, right? When you listen to the teachings.
가대이 받은 건데 수소를 하나 내번도 시작했나 아니 수소 취재하라 팽개들어 취 진도에 막 팽개가 들어왔어.
So if you can think of yourself, as a patient, a sick person, like patient, then that will also, help you to listen to the teaching and practice the dharma.
오케이? 대리지 두시 마셔다. 단 근데 춘영의 거는 삼당다지. 춘영의 된 거는. 다 추생의 거는야 그 삼당다들이 그랬어.
So like if you think of yourself as a sick person, then you will want to seek the advice from the doctor, right? And then you will want to take the medicine, so just like that. And then that's like those are the one from the side of the students, who are listening to the teaching, and then 칭행원 rather. So from the side, of the teacher, what the teacher, as a teacher, when you teach dharma, what should you think, or what kind of recognition you should have, or what should you think?
오케이? 안 더나 추시비 편해 삼고래. 추생애들 추시비 셰비가 편해 삼고래.
So you have to think about the benefits of teaching the Dharma
아니
as a teacher.
알고? 다하는데 추다 아니 가래 땜바다 아니 추라 아니 야 기습체고 그래 추생인 거네.
And then also from the side of the teacher, you should also have respect towards the Dharma and towards the Buddha.
남중간도다 추 마시고 간다 샤슴 책도 왔대. 다 추들 기습체처럼 저기로 왔어.
And so just like the teacher makes 3 prostrations before he sits on the throne to teach, that's to show respect to the Dharma.
다 나지가 삼바도 주베시든 나는 삼목간이 당고래. 아니 무슨 시험을 간이 시고 그래서.
And then what kind of thought and actions one should engage in. So like before teaching Dharma, what kind of thought one should have, what kind of motivation one should have, and then what kind of actions one should engage in.
아니 강다 술을 시에다 강다 술을 마시야지. 이
And
강다
then-
시바 마시면 쳐봤어.
And then also understanding, of course, if one can, but not necessarily everybody knows that, but it would be good, to know who to teach and who not to teach, and what to teach and what not to teach.
근데 어디잖아. 네. 냐마이나다 추대 생긴 거는 시 초초줘서 말해. 시오 시에요서 말어.
In ancient time, there were, before, in ancient time, when the teacher teaches, he's not like, or he or she is not supposed to teach just any kind of things, to anybody.
그거. 아니 대야 시로 지는 거는 세당 야 피네야. 시시에 다 쇼자고 그래서.
Unless somebody make a really strong an effort, and a request, to teach, should not supposed to teach. To see how serious that person is to receive the teaching, and then that is a way checked, by seeing how much offering they make, how much gold and silver of offerings they make.
대야 추종급기자 말다. 대 청도 삼삼만인데 고알 오줄래요.
So you should not misunderstand. So it's not saying you're not like like you are selling dharma for the gold and silver coins.
근데 라마 되게 뺀다. 배자 몸보 땡기잖아 주시야. 문유니라는 맛이 왔던데 그자 말했어.
And then also, of course, that's one way to weigh, but doesn't mean that Lama will teach only to those who offer lots of golds and silvers, and not teach to those who doesn't make any offerings.
아니
doesn't mean that.
추거는 다 되거든. 추들은 다 침보래서. 추들은 다 침보해서 되게 그래.
And so that's to show that the dharma that the teacher is teaching has a great value.
오케이? 근데 이제 도치면 정도 아니 지금 직시로 지에 시 초초도 딱한 되게 요 말해서 와.
So nowadays, just if you ask somebody, they will just teach if they know, right? But in the ancient days, it was not supposed to be like that. You should not teach anybody, just because you think it's okay to teach.
근데 이제 또 따출을 기심해보려고 그래. 가지 즉 바지 이말 땅에 직시로 치세요. 근데 저는 딱 그 주들 기심해고 자르고 그랬어요. 주다 붙여보면 이걸 기심해고 그래.
And so that's like not showing respect, So if you just like nowadays, people say, "Oh, can you teach me Dharma?" and you send an email, to the teacher or to anybody you want to request teaching from. That shows disrespectful. That's not respectful, to the teacher or to the teachings.
강시하게 추들어야 고 다고 다시 못하게 말이 강시행에들아 고 다시 오면 되다.
So not seeing the teaching as a valuable, and also the person who you're requesting to teach as a valuable.
얘나야 다야한테 계산요도 배당간도 대상 딱 장보는 것이라고 지셔지나간도 뭐 번에 시사요 뭐라 봐 이말 다 얘기했다. 아니 장보는 컨서 중에서 야슈 아니 내 뜻이 용 거라고 하고 디단 인제로 왔다 뭐 디단 때문에.
So, but nowadays, you can't really go in person to make offerings, to His Holiness Dalai Lama, like especially His Holiness Dalai Lama. You can't go in person to make offerings, right? So the only way to communicate with Dalai Lama is through email to his secretary, and then his secretary, passes up, the message, to His Holiness Dalai Lama. So now that's a little bit again, the way we do right now nowadays.
We also have online courses, so you're talking about, getting taught through email is not respectful, but you can take the whole FPMT courses all
Yeah.
online.
제가 듣는 거는 저는 휴전에 다 출력 그 가로 다고 정부 거는 배전하지 지나도 그 다도 출 도주라고 자르고 그러서. 근데 니네야 그 되제래 고유래 나도 강가 냠도 좀 더고 매면서 양한테 맞아라지라고 자고 그러서.
So in one hand, yes, it shows if it shows like there's no respect towards the Dharma and towards the teacher. But on the other hand, this is the situation now. This is the the situation that we are in now. You can't really be there in person to receive teachings, or you don't have a time to go there or be at the time when you want to when they are teaching. So when it's available and on online, then you can receive it anytime. Whenever you are free, you can go and study yourself. So that also makes sense too. So depending on the condition and the situation where you are.
And
nowadays, you can listen to the His Holiness Dalai Lama's teaching live, right, on the internet. So like His Holiness, when he's giving initiation online, then you can like really go and really like receive initiation through that also. Just by like seeing him, thinking of him being there, in a person, as a real person, and then you thinking of yourself, being in the audience and receiving, and that way you can also receive initiations, through online. Yeah, so that was mentioned, in Tibet, like especially for people in Tibet who are not able to come down, who could not get a permit, to come out of the Tibet, and they want to receive this, but they couldn't come out. So for them, that's what made available. But I'm not sure if it is like that, if that is how it is for everybody. So in ancient days, before people really worked so hard, to receive the teachings, to do the studies and then the practice. Like last time when you guys, many of you went on pilgrimage, right? To India and Nepal and all these places, holy places. Before there were no cars and no vehicles, right? So everybody just walked around. But nowadays nobody walks, and they just drives or flies to those places, right?
Okay, what that thing is such a do the Nanga I think not the Tongo Mares, the ancient do. That's not Tongo Mare.
So these, the main headings, or the, the outlines, that we just talked about, doesn't really come in this text, the foundation of all good qualities.
Aneta Dambang Loma Chata and Bath, that and Bani. And the Yodishima didn't go to any such a channel, Lego Tambin, Lamachimon, Jumas about Chata, you're in the Bola.
So the stages in which the students of the actual Dharma are led, so that part starts from the beginning of the text, the foundation of all good qualities. So you have in your the prayer book, so that's page 119. Foundation of all good qualities.
What? That you do Jimas. That you do can get our is what you do can get our you do can use a share Matsari, you know, that's so the is what?
So foundation, the foundation or the root, right? The cause, the cause of all these good qualities. Well, what is the cause, or what is the root, from where all these good qualities come from?
What? And the Yende Chazon Jusago, Kun, and that Zawando. What that you eliminated, that they are Tomo, the Tomo might be in there. They are the Ende Juma, and the Tomo, the Tomo, and then Tada, Josago, Kun, and Zawando.
So not just kind of good quality, but also all the common and uncommon good qualities. Where do they come from, right? So the root, the foundation, or the root from where they come from. So what is the foundation of all good qualities? Not the guru devotion. It's the guru.
Guru들이 라그로스. 나도 특든데다 예대 근지 시제 진짜 세전다 말라지 저거 레브런 돈에 베바탄 바이 기바치 바타
So
버신jel로스.
just like here in the first line says, right? The foundation of all good quality is the kind and perfect pure guru.
로와 다 담방한 조배나 아니 망보 쇼쇼 뭐죠 봐. 된디가 아니다. 된디가 아니 간제 아니 토모 많이 배 예대 차서 주자기 집에 아니 이제 예대 간가 아니 주자기 셔대 아니 라마데레스 아니 대셔에서 탐춘 주와 주세가 아니 다 소소라 땡이나 가르침 버레스 텐신스와 예대 근지 이제 텐신스
So guru, is the root, of all the qualities, all the common and uncommon good qualities, right? And so it says kind, so his qualities, is the kind and perfect. So kind in a sense that he gives all the happinesses, the temporal and all the ultimate happinesses. It comes from the guru. He or she gives that. Therefore, he or she is very kind.
그래서 예대 근지라나 아니 센디기 아니 또 담들어 자고장하나 이게 그런 용어래 제 심마다나 기간에 거다 예대 근에는 참여의 것이라서
And so everything comes from the guru. All the even the the food, clothing, the fame of this life comes from the guru. All the from of the future life, liberation or enlightenment comes from the guru.
그리고 어디 된리에서 되니 이제 ten신지에서나 가르침 뭐 ten신 지세다 가르침을 그 잘해.
And so this is the kind and perfect, pure guru. So therefore, because of giving that, he or she is very kind to us.
아니 소지된 발란지서 다 된들라 아니 선배들 주에 된다니 아니 대 소지된 거래스.
And then it says correct devotion, to him is the root of the path. So correct devotion, right? So so devoting. So devoting here means to rely on the guru, to relying on him or her in a correct way. So how do you rely, in him or her? And through thought and through action. So those are the two ways you can rely on the guru, through thought and through action.
아니 란지에 슬럼지 예대 타다 아니 주위가 자와 지워 아니 녜도도 녜레게 아니 지금 예대 차서 아니 주사가죠 어딘지 봐다 하고와 제네 레브런 톤이 하고와 제네 아니 매바도 받다 가디 예마이나 깔리 잡네 아니 다들 기십시고 그래서
So correct devotion to him is the root of the path. So by clearly seeing this, and that all these qualities, all these excellent qualities of the liberation and enlightenment, which is the definite goodness, referring to the liberation and enlightenment, and all the good qualities of this life, all the happiness of this life, and so forth, all comes from seeing that this all comes from him, right? Clearly seeing this, all comes from him or her. Then you apply the great effort. By seeing that, then you apply the great effort to
너 되게 하고와 제네에서 아니 레브런 톤에 매바다 가디나 아니 년초에 되도 가디나 깔리 잡네서
So by seeing that, apply the great effort to have respect, a great respect towards the guru.
오케이 아니 기바침부터 마셔도 된리기 신이 때서 또 받질라 수수질라 야고 깨게 아니 진실라로 시다 수수질라야 아니 검잡네 신인데 소시 싸다고 그래.
And so here you are making a request to the guru in the merit field. So you're supposed to visualize the merit field, with the guru in the center, and then to the merit field you make a request to be able to have a great respect towards the guru by clearly seeing that all these qualities of the liberation and enlightenment and the temporal happiness and so forth comes from him or her.
오케이 다시는 듣진다.
Okay, so you can read this verse. The foundation of all good qualities is the kind and perfect pure Guru. Correct devotion to him is the root of the path. By clearly seeing this, applying a good effort, please bless me to rely upon him with great respect.
Okay. 그렇다. 아는 네가 다 같이 소수 날아야 다 소지 소답 싸다고 다 검잡고 그런 거.
So now this is where you do the meditation, right? You visualize the merit field in the space in front of you.
아니 시다지는 다 네가 람람나 파도가 아니 다 람람나 야신이 때문에 보여 마티베니네 텐스 로페니면서 또 빼먹어서 차서 아니 검잡 아니 로조 체도도 전에 제요래 당간도 상관 로메스.
And so if you apply this, to the lam-rim, teaching, then you can go into very detail, about the Guru devotion, teaching. So like the benefits of relying on the Guru, the disadvantage of not relying on the Guru or relying on a Guru in a mistaken way, and so forth. So you don't have, but we don't have to go through all those details.
오케이. 아니 다쳐서 삼로 땅 검잡 잘 삼로 땅 다서 와. 오다 가지 다시 때문에 어쩌마다 같이 아니 소소송원이 뇌들아야 산지 좀 된데 끙이 쇼요 삼마다 여기 산좀 되는 누워서.
So now visualize in the space in front of you, Buddha Shakyamuni, like a real Buddha Shakyamuni.
오케이. 산지 좀 된데 그 차에바 가는 샤요 그랬어.
So what position is Buddha Shakyamuni's right hand in?
믹점대야 렌자셔서야 따마오스. 오케이. 자 이엄마가 가르쳐 샤요.
What is the left hand position?
그리고 아니 차에바 산는다. 아니 샤에바 산는다. 여바 냠자스가 들라 그랬어.
The left hand in what position? In a meditative position, right? Mudra of meditation, and of course holding a begging bowl.
Okay. So you remember? Okay. So 하고 거다. 나도 남주 곰 맞아나 그 근데 여울에 삼고 나나도 막 용어도 하고 뭐 이제 산지 좀 된데 그 차시르네 빈밍라라 차르리 샤고 요랬어.
So when you do the visualization of Buddha Shakyamuni, you should have very clear visual, of Buddha Shakyamuni, of every detail, of his body that you are visualizing.
Okay. 아니 대인 되더라나 소소고 짜웰라마 아니 정보를 못 채운다고. 그래서 소소 짜웰라마 전에 짜웰라마 지금 되더라 삼당고 그래서.
And so in front of him, you should visualize your root guru, like His Holiness the Lama or any of one of your root gurus.
아니 산지 탐 주지 그 컨셉다고도 산지 좀 되지. 짜웰라마 참이 그지 그 컨셉다보다 다 소소라마 지 삼당고 그래.
So you should think of the Buddha Shakyamuni being the representative of all the Buddhas, and then your root guru, that you visualize in front of Buddha Shakyamuni as being the representative of all the gurus.
Okay. 아니 다차 저원으로 왔다 와야나. 아니 산지 좀 되는 거차 이해쇼달라야. 아니 자시 쉐지라마. 아니 쉬요 삼바치. 아니 이해쇼달라 삼모타지 라마도 쉬요 삼바치. 아니 뇌 잡로라야. 대한 도지다 아니 냠네 실라지 라마. 어디도 쉬요 삼고 그랬어.
And then if you can do more detailed visualization, then on the right of Buddha Shakyamuni, and think of all the gurus of the extensive deeds, right? The lineage gurus of the extensive deed, and on the left is all the gurus of the profound view, And then in the back, of the Buddha Shakyamuni are all the blessed lineage gurus.
Lama Yedam Sanje Shanse Pawon Kano Chujon Tamashu Yo Samgo.
There's a Takola.
It doesn't tackle.
And so surrounded and all the other, all the gurus, the deities, dharmapalas, all the Buddhas, bodhisattvas, dharmapalas, and so forth.
Okay. Chanzo Tesewu Samdada, Kamakaji de Samdada, so the milk part doesn't you Yatagmi Vitare.
So yeah, just cast down your eyes, to the tip of your nose, or if you want to close it completely, close it, and just think of that. Try to think, have that clear picture of that merit field.
Tatini Semachi Yabo, Shana Tazoya, Sosala Tude, and the Gaj and the and Sosamata, there was some Tankores.
And then think of all the holy beings looking at you in a very, very joyous or delightful way. They're very delighted to look at you, looking at you with with a great joy.
Tazo Susan Dalai, and it's Jota Chunjuri, what Jotana Susu Sonjabe, Peshazo Yo, some Tanko.
And in front of each of these holy beings is the table which holds the scriptures taught by them, each of them.
Ta Susan Takodaya, and Suzu Pama, Dani Parsam Seven, Roaruka Semchen Tamja, and Kansas and Ngo, Kansas Tegi Imbala, and Nabate Chama Machitongo Mirs and Bachaja, you some Tankores.
And then surrounded to oneself, all the mothers and fathers, and the friends and enemies, and all the beings of the sixth realm. And so by nature they are the beings of each realm, but in the aspect or in the appearance of human being, and who is able to understand, and who is able to speak and understand.
Okay. Tangolma Yanjo Somchitan, Chazan Telmatwa Somchitan.
So now visualize, try to think of all that again, from the beginning till now.
당원이 지나간도 책든 되게 아니 여대 일단 뜻을 제고 요래.
So then as you recite this verse, you have to visualize nectar and the light flowing down from the merit field.
Okay. 디나니 아니 즉 담보 시리 된다 삼마체 즉 시와데 아니 기바 첨부터 신jel로서 된리데 아니 양양데 수수 쪽 요래.
Shiva Jubu.
당보도 된다 용 대리지 대용하셔 봐라 아니 등 담아대다 신jel로로 지스러. 기바 첨부터 신jel로서 소곤도.
And so then the first three line explains about about the teaching or the qualities, and then on the fourth line you make a request to the merit field to bless you to be able to have those realizations.
다도 지내야 아니 셔당 아니 시제 원락이 아니 전업시월락 아니 들선담을 뭐 다 단다도 소소 내든 드럽 다야게 되나 아니 거기서 까보던데야 아니 상제다 참아 상제 좀 된데 소소 자외라마 아니 제시 쉬지 삼모도 참이야 아니 두칸에 아니 거기 까보더니 쇼네 소소 다 sem제 참아라마 누구지마 아니 시원의 마 시원의 소수가 아니 랭아에서 되도 참마 아치 덕거도지 수그들 나보고 나바시네 마 오건 마도네 사오고 말 아니 조성 삼보고 그래서
So usually, you can, depending on the action, right? So depending on the what kind of actions that you are engaging in, you can have the peaceful or the wrathful, the increasing, or or powering, the actions. But since here you are requesting to purify the negativities and to grant the realization. Therefore, you can visualize white color, nectar and light, flowing down from the merry field, entering into your body through the opening, of the opening at your crown chakra, and then entering into your body, purifying all the negativities, all the diseases, all the sickness, all the obstacles, coming out in the form of a black liquid, like a charcoal black liquid, from your lower orifice, and then entering down into the earth, where enter into so that way you can imagine purifying all those negativities.
다들 가는 데서 다 두시 대나지 좀 곰잡쇼다서 곰잡다.
And so now,
그래지 갈래지네 지 다지고 물라 말바 천하고 마셔가지네 소소 섬지 소이 레게도 다다서.
so try to visualize like that now, right? So until you can have some kind of feeling, not just like thinking that you're obliged, to do that, or you're forced to do that, or obliged to do that, but you really feel like wanting to do that and doing that with the feeling.
뭐야 다연조 삼로 니바담에 가라야 아니 다 단대대 아니 시당 득득 시당데 마 다야 지금 와서 다 니바데 소소가 자외라 마데 마기바 까자바 송자바 아니 마기바 샤바 아니 지금 따지 소소 남동담을 잡아 된지게 득득 잡아 마 다송선 배선 초월을 해 그래 오늘이나 되네가라 지금 레레 바빠져 믿는 치마로 보다 주나 오늘 신이 돼서 또 빠져라 제게 따로 그랬어.
So you think, feel so strong that you get some kind of feeling, in you. So that's the part, where you imagine purifying all your negativities in general, and now imagine, purifying those negativities, especially created in relation to the Guru, by, breaking, by not listening to his or her advices, by, not following his or her advices, or breaking the commitments, and or by disturbing his or her holy mind. So whatever negativities you have created in relation to the Guru, imagine that being purified. So think so strong that you get like goosebumps in your body, or like tears come out of your ear and your eyes. So it has to be so strong, that those things happen to you.
당연 나지지 아니 됐어 까보 안 마밤이 되고 다야도 되게 다들 쪽으로 와.
So again, same thing like before. Visualize a nectar and white light, and flowing down from the heart of the Guru, and purifying all those negativities created in relation to the Guru.
당연하지. 특 담보 섬지 된다 삼로다. 아니 특시와도 소소 내게비 뭐 받자고 그래서.
And so as I mentioned earlier, so first, of the 3 lines, think about the meaning of the first 3 lines, and then on the 4th, line, imagine, doing these visualizations.
다 양조인다. 다 양조 되지 않네. 되서 가보용 말아 땐 수수절이야. 아니 신이 돼서 또바 채워졌잖아. 또바 땜보 신이 따서 야보 아 근데 또바 있잖아. 계속 삼고 그랬어. 제가 신이라서.
So now after being purified all those negativities which are the obstacles, right, obstruct you from gaining the realization of the Guru devotion, and so all these are free. Now imagine again white nectar light flowing down, all the realizations of the Guru devotion in the form of white nectar light flowing down into you, and then you receive or generate the realization of Guru devotion in your heart.
다처럼서 전 담아다 깨져는 내셔도 담아까지 싸도 저 담보 된다도 저 담보 섬고 된다도 로라 전에 저 시와대 양해야 된다도.
And so by thinking about the meaning of the first 3 lines in your mind, and now repeat this the 4th line, verbally repeat that several times. Please bless me to rely upon him with great respect. Please bless me to rely upon him with great respect. Please bless me to rely upon him with great respect. Please bless me to rely upon him with great respect. Please bless me to rely upon him with great respect. Please bless me to rely upon him with great respect.
어때 남주 두전에 검장도 아니 되니까처럼 취세 진이 들을 검장도 열었어.
And so that's how you meditate. You can spend as long as you want to. You can spend up to like 2-3 hours just on that meditation.
오케이. 검장도 두자고다. 아, 그 밑에 사람한테는 그다 $2,000
So that's how you're supposed to meditate. Otherwise, if you just sit there with the eyes closed and do nothing, or think nothing, then that's just a waste of time.
신이에 대해서 야보이면 간소절 남 싸우는 게 말했대. 문에 해설해 봐.
So if you don't have the Guru devotion, then there is no way, to have the realization of any other path. So having the realization of the Guru devotion is very important.
대간소 그 라마 고만나 받을 수 있다다. 간증 신이 돼서 지금도. 근데 와서 안에 간소 삼에 계십시오. 용어도 간소 신이 돼서 야고면다 가디나 찍지 않고 자되도.
So like think about our the high gurus, who towards whom we have so much respect. So those gurus, they have good devotion, so they have good devotion realization, and therefore we see so much difference and respect towards them. Otherwise, if we don't have that, then we see nothing or same as always.
아니 먼저 내게 계시 투가로나 고랑가 개겐 주연 세 못해 마신 분들이 이제 와나 개겐 도스 그랬어.
So like Geshe Tsulga, when he hears somebody uttering the name of his guru, then he would immediately bow down with even to that sound of the guru's name.
그리고 아니 라마 사바르미다도 아니 뭐네 다네 림보지 가와 페나 아니 림보지 개게 참에 고번도들 남남도 was.
So like Lama Zopa Rinpoche, he has so much devotion towards all his gurus. Wherever he goes, wherever he travels, he always have the picture of all his gurus in front of him, with his texts.
그래서 다 잠을 오시나 이제 딱 대상문도 개라도 거는 좀 무자가 맞았나지. 거는 들만 못 와서. 직방으로 쓰리기들 마음을 또 때. 또 버티게 말해.
So in our case, we always see we don't have that much, strong respect, towards our gurus. We see gurus in the same as ourselves, and just walk, side by side, almost like pushing, with our shoulder. So that's and that like seeing that in that way as equal to oneself, one will never have the realization of good devotion.
아니 한 삼점 추슈 와슈 너무 몸보시다 단단치 개개지 야가 누워지 소소지 디바라 야치 예원은 몸보시게 누웠는데 다 똑같게 말해.
And so you have received all these initiations and the instructions, from this guru, yet you still, discriminate that guru, or compare that guru with other gurus and say, oh, this guru is not so good, this guru is so good, this guru doesn't have enough qualities, and so forth. You compare and you discriminate. So that's then by doing that, there's no way one can generate the realization of good devotion.
그래서 지나서변에 기회 편인데 대변이 뭐 하고 되었지 시대와지나 서로 똑바로 찍으면도 찍기도 해줘.
And so even though you know the benefits of the virtues and disadvantages of the non-virtue, and you try all your best to cultivate the virtue and abandon the non-virtues, but still you don't gain. In general, we don't gain any realizations, right? Yeah? Do you see that in yourself?
대나기 강연 대회가 주되게 배도면도
And then even though we try to do the practice, it doesn't benefit us much.
대가 안 싸워대 죽대가 따래.
So that shows there's something is wrong on the foundation.
대다 진짜 말아래베기 아니 진짜 뭐 간에 된도 저때 로를 쳐서.
And so we should read those the stories of like Milarepa, how he devoted to his teacher Marpa.
대변한 가서 신이 대대대 배워란 나 이시안도 나 시절 말로 그지면 대가가 kun도 찍발했어.
So the practice of the good devotion applies to everybody. It's not like it applies only to the Asians and not to the Westerners.
그래서 대 가서 루소 가가리고 말세요 말다 코코라된 로타데 다 로탄도 그랬는데 내 전도야 장수 믹스 제금들 나가면 시단에 때 영혼도 계속거나.
So there's no kind of culture or tradition, difference like that. So it's the same for everybody. Yeah? And I'm not saying that you don't do it. You're not doing that. In particular, you're not doing that. I'm not saying that. But many of us, we tend to do that, right? Not respect enough, to our gurus.
근데 신이 대도 빼 무슨 내가 첨부를 그래서 딱 내년 넘어도 너무 서울은 이제 걸어 남주 넘어 서머르죠. 그런 보시는 되시 탐막 가 남무 제도 그런 보시 신이 또 그걸 가서 시작해 줬어. 그때서 예 받는 로저도 가로 소소 냐는데 제거랬어.
So Lama Zopa Rinpoche all have so much respect. People, everybody, like bow down to him, respect him. But you should also listen, to his teachings, heed, more to his teachings, and especially on good devotion. How much when he teaches on good devotion, he goes into really much so detail. So we should all really pay attention and listen to those teachings.
제가 깔롭도 많이 왔지. 아니 칸이 세가남도 자치면서 나다 곧 말하래.
And so if you don't listen to his teachings, carefully, and just say, oh, he's a great teacher, and then that almost shows that you are faking.
그러. 아니 대야 가서나. 그러고. 나 forgot I want to say something. 대빼 내가 심보다 아니 신이 대빼 무슨 내가 심보했어래.
So I think it's really important. It's very, very important. To do the good devotion practice.
대상반다 장소 좋은 말 배는 감소다 대립 니까블야 참말 신이다 양호시라 요사 말이.
So not only you, most of people at this time, the century, generation time, it's really difficult to have that good devotion.
근데 이제 태매와 지내다 가서 직 로존으로 가서 지내시다 내가 나하고 다들 그때 시에 그래서 말로시. So
that kind of strong devotion, towards the guru is lacking, so in us, and therefore, we don't feel that strong. We don't get that kind of strong feeling when the guru is teaching. Instead, we say, oh yeah, I've heard that, I know that, I've heard that before. Oh, he's teaching same thing, it's so boring and so forth. Like that, we tend to think like that.
그래서 어다당한 teach 맞춰보면 삼삼 딱 소소 고야 세거든 소소 삼삼 나지 라마드나 오 라마데 라브레스 남도 되지 소소 남지 삼도 때도 말하거든 콜라메서나 코트다 가래 샤샤도
And so also sometimes when it goes along with your idea, your thought, and it's oh yeah, the Lama said it, but if it doesn't go along with that, then even if Lama says that, you don't accept that. Is that right?
right 삼아들다 그래서 태강도 삼삼 맞지나 경호설로도 나서서 라마를 계획 중요하고 말이
So we have to be careful with that because we are the one to lose it. The Lama doesn't lose anything.
그리고 배낭도 멤버질 때 멤버기 라와나지 멤 마사나 좀 멤버라도 간소라 그래.
And so if we see a doctor and then the doctor gives us a medicine, finds out what disease we have, and he gives us medicine. So if we don't eat the medicine, who loses it? We or the doctor?
제가 doctor 때는 간소 나는 콜 계속 말아. 내가 마다지 공유 말아 그러고 정가 들어서 로소다 그와 내가 마페 봐.
So he gets the profit, right? We get the loss. Because if you are more sick, then he gets to sell more medicine. So he makes more profit. If we don't take the medicine, we lose, right?
그래서 신이들 테르다 신이들 배 내가 좀 보여서 다 지켜나게 뒤바로 전설에 즉 가로 나보서 가는 즉 쓰보서 가는 데 좋으나 아니 고다시 했다 대신 남지가 로다레스.
And so that's the importance of the Guru devotion. So in an attempt to explain about that, I may have used some harsh words. So if you feel like that, please forgive me.
그래 아니 가잖아. 뭐 신이 됐을 때가 놓은 건데 배 삼삼 맞는데 야 신이 됐을 맨날 도바지를 깨겨서 말때 땐데서.
So this is very important because without this, we will not have any other realizations. So therefore, good devotion is very important.
그래서 단단하도 딱 갑자기 키와서 안 되는 말도 되게 좀 어려워.
So because we're in this context now, so that's why I'm going through this.
그래서 Lama Zopa Rinpoche 장 신이 되면 you have nothing 그 몸속도 저도 고여야 돼.
So you might have heard Lama Zopa Rinpoche always expressing on that, right? So he says, if you don't have good devotion, you have nothing. You have nothing.
어떤데 또 샘나 속은 뭐지? 칸에 대화 요새 아니 제야대 신조로 지나고 대화에 야보면 따로 그러와.
So if you just say that that Lama is great, Lama is great, but if you don't do what he or she tells you, then that's just a word, just in a word. You're saying that it doesn't really benefit you, and it's especially like instead of following his advice, if you go against his or her advice, then that's even worse.
Okay. 어디 다 신이 되고 드네라고 진 다들 봐 제바 소소인데 나는 신이 때문에 보이 마티빈이 근데 신이 되고 신이 다 봐 되게 말이고 가시에 제대로 가는 신이 되고 말았더니 신이 그 배간에 신이를 지주가도 lam-rim 전부나 요래도 새로나.
And so this is the little bit this is just a short benefit that I explained here, but if you want to go into more detail, then you can think about all those like the eight benefits of devoting to the Guru. So if you more benefit you think about devoting to the Guru, then more you will want to devote to the Guru. That's the reason for thinking about the benefits is to make you devote more to the Guru. So if you feel like you need to read more, then go read the lam-rim text, which explains more detail about the good devotion, the benefits.
아니 다 된다지 마 홈어 두세다 된다들 고미하고 잡셔스 고미의 소소 똑바로 초반으로 내긴되면 정말 소소 초와 강요 받에 지글랍지 지금 커피진에 때 많이 받지 담보라지 되는 아주 홈고야 시야이다.
So the homework for you now is to meditate on the good devotion until you get goosebump.
네. 초반으로
Or
내긴돼.
until the tears come out of your eyes. Your ears, eyes. And then also, so that's the homework. So then you have to share your feeling, not just copying somebody else's feeling, but just your own feeling, and then how many times did you meditate on that?
Okay.
1 time a day, 2 times a day, or 1 time in 2-3 days. However many times you meditated, and whatever kind of feeling you had, share that next week. So in order to get that feeling, you have to meditate again and again, again and again. More you meditate, more feeling. Just by meditating once or twice, you will not get the feeling.
Yeah.
So you all have this understanding now, right, about the Guru devotion. And so if you need to read more, read from the lam-rim, refer to the lam-rim and read more, and just think about it more, meditate more, and then honestly share your experience.
Okay?
So, we study all this, we try to meditate. We don't really meditate, we study all these things, but we don't really meditate, we don't really apply into practice, right? We don't have the realization. So therefore, when we really need the Dharma to benefit us, at the time when we are going through the difficulties, it doesn't benefit because we're not really able to think about it, and we are not accustomed, to think about it. We have to accustom ourselves, to think about it by meditating on it again and again and again. If we don't do that, we will not have that habit of thinking in that way. So if we are not able to think in that way, then we will not be able to solve those problems when we are facing the problems.
Okay? And Gyume chechuto kare go. Tem karo. Deja give tiny kare yamba. And Dalai chechu kare go yaba. Deja lumen tiny kare mazo, Geshe Sibares to Zola Tashos.
And then also, think about the qualities, the qualities of the Guru. What kind of qualities the Guru need in order to be a Guru, in order to be qualified as a Guru. What kind of qualities he or she needs, and then also what kind of qualities the student need, to be a proper student, of the Guru. So all those are explained very clearly in the lam-rim text. So just look through them. You might be asked those questions also.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Yes.
I'm trying to simplify these as much as possible. So, in order to have bodhicitta, does that mean that we have to like everybody?
Yes.
The way I was trying to separate it is I have a lot of compassion for certain people, but their personality, I don't like who my mom has been reborn as.
Then you imagine, Nazoya Mashi Tente Tuzoya, and then Mashi Tente Tuzosha, Niji Chambo, Lazum the Kyos, Tamutanyam, or Tamutanyam, then the Mashi Tuzo, the Mashi Tente Tuzo Chazan Yelmando, Niji Shanjusum Jeshu Yomar, Niji Chia Yomare, Niji Jama, Shanjus Chia Yomar.
Maracoras and the Kora Amagi Castle, the Kyoal and Jajara, the Koran going with the me sugar this one. Me sugar the going with this one.
Without Misha Magana Kajitam to middle Gagimare.
So if you don't like the personality of the person, then that maybe shows what do you think? It shows that you don't like the person.
Well, I think this person is the Buddha nature, and this is not who they are. This is just this incarnation. So I try to separate this life of that sentient being.
Teacher, not open a Ladi Omdilla, Lazuri Omdilla, Lada Lad Chigi Kashan. Everybody share the Chichiro.
So Geshe is saying you can say it that way, maybe just like in a way we say that you don't say the Buddha is bad, you say you don't say the portrait of the Buddha is bad, you say the person who draw the portrait of the Buddha is not right, not good. You can say like that. So when you see the people with the kind of bad or difficult personality, instead of not liking them, you should have more compassion towards them. So, because of some negative karma that person has created, these person are born such and such, with the such and such kind of a personality, So you should have even more compassion, So if you don't like that, that's not liking the person also, So that way you will not have not be able to generate bodhicitta.
So see their suffering, recognize what you find disagreeable as suffering.
그럼 이거 동화도 통고래서.
야. 동화다
소소다 파조 미기 슈가 막아지라. 대가서 동화도 통고래. 동화도 따고래 그래서.
다 동화 개말아 간지 소소 맞아도 지지나 소소 말이 배운 거지. 파조가 된 건데 대면아 소소 뭐 배운 거한테
Yeah, I mean, it could. I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Is that a suffering? The bad personality of somebody that you don't like is suffering, and you can call it that suffering, or not necessarily that is really that in that person. It's because of you, because of oneself. We see that kind of I mean, that personality that I don't like, it's not necessarily not liked by everybody. Some other people they like that personality, right? I don't like that personality, but some other people like it. So some people might like it, but I don't like it, And so I might like some kind of personality, but some other people might not like it. So even that also depends. So then you can also blame to yourself, because of my own ignorance, I'm not able to see this person as a good person, but because of my own ignorance, and I'm seeing this bad and all these things. You can think also like that.
남중에 저들한테 전부 타르무신 땅마다 소송 고유들 따고 소송 고유들이야.
So that's good. I mean, you like I mention all the time, don't think of, the beings very, very far away. Think about the beings, right, around yourself. Especially people that you have to deal with, the closest people that you have to deal with. So and otherwise, like the animals, it will be easy to have compassion towards them, so not very difficult, to have compassion or love towards them, just like we talked about earlier before, not during this class, but other class that, for them you don't have to, there's no much problems, they create for you, you just give them food and they'll be happy.
Okay? Yes.
In the FMT's, the Guru Yoga of Lama Tsongkhapa, it contains this foundation of all good qualities. So if you're doing that in that context, do you still, at that point, invoke the merit field and do that meditation after the first verse?
당한테도 FM 되게 템나라다 이것이 좀 맞지라. 진짜로 저 찍어래 그래서.
대주발 그 특가도 찍발.
대간조 가라데 식당보다 너네게 다다데 미과도 저거네 미과 전에 찍도 되는 거라서.
다 미과체는 특인 중 내고 말아봤어. 승대한테 미과체가 지더라고.
맞는 건 세다베 소신 세바데 세다베.
담보 소시 세다 아니 소시 세다 잡아다 아니 준다고.
So yeah, it's the same. Whichever kind of text that you follow, or whether it's the Kurukulla text or the Kurukulla Center text or the FPMD text, it might be a little different in translation, right? Wordings, maybe different words.
Well, it's the same words, but because you're already doing the Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga practice, and you've visualized the merit field and did the invocations and
I see. Okay.
the 7 limbs, and then after you do the
댓글 줘야 뒷바라도 쓰죠 그래. 가만히 내고 말했어. 댓글 가들라진 도 볼까? 댓글이야. 더 받죠 그러고. 그게 썸도 안 거라. 근데 또 썸도 안 해더래.
So you mean to visualize the merit field separate from the Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga merit field?
Yeah, so you're doing that,
Yeah.
and then the way they have it is after you do the Miksema recitations, then you would
Dissolve.
It's actually before you dissolve it.
Okay.
They have the foundation of good quality.
before go
So you just read it.
대 맞으면 해라.
말당아서 또 간델하기만 더라. 간델하도는 간델하게 지금 미과 제저라. 세다베 저라. 세다 대랑라 되는.
대랑 되거든.
대랑 전에
대랑 전에 되거든.
그래.
다 다나가도 세다 다나가도 저랑 소에디 세다다 제라 데 세다다데 가가라
세다 가라
이제
다
뭐라서나다데 바기데 두제
방이들 대지용을 가다 되는 가다 다 가다 나가도 세다 남준도 다시 저 가다 다 라마 쫑카파 데 송거로 와서 가다 다른 데 가들라지 다른 데 그래
간들라 마덴바나 되는 데마데나 다다나
단단하지.
So if you're doing, Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga first, and then after that doing the foundation of good quality, then you can just continue with the same visualization, and then think of Lama Tsongkhapa, right? Of being the embodiment of all the gurus and all the Buddhas like that, and then from there you can imagine nectars and lights flowing down. So if you're continuing, with the Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga, you're continuing the practice of the foundation of good quality, then you can do that way. But if you're not doing the Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga and you're just doing the foundation of good quality from the beginning, and then you just do the visualization, just Geshe explained, yeah.
Okay? Yes.
I guess the issue I'm having was, now I know how to word it better, was compassion is wishing others to be free from suffering. Is that the same as liking?
그러고 집어넣어. 집어도 말어. 집어 말어. 그 가나 꾸미는 좋아요. 그런 가대로 와서.
잡아라 가고르다.
다 잡아 가고 그러와서. 아니 라섬자디 가와서 맞아 뒤 로방에 챙기서 그러.
다다 닝제 깨워라 당부 잡아게 고라.
고래.
So when you say compassion, I mean like wishing others to be free from suffering, it doesn't mean that you have to like them. That itself doesn't mean that you have to like them, but that has to come by liking them. You understand? So before you can have compassion, you have to have a love. So love is to like them. So when you love somebody, you have to like that person, right? Can you love that person without liking that person?
How you say?
Love is even more stronger, form of liking, right?
No, but love is to wish others to have happiness.
I think we're mixing the meaning.
Huh?
Love is stronger than like.
Yeah, I mean you can't love somebody without liking that person.
I don't have to agree.
So that's how it is. In like when we're talking about in terms of the teachings, like when you love somebody, you have to love here is affectionate love. So affectionate love is we say like attractive. That person you have to find that person attractive.
Isn't that attachment?
Attractive, not necessarily. Attractive like a love. Like I love that person and I like that. You have to like that person. You have to see that like the enemies and friends, right? The friends you find attractive, enemies you find unattractive, right? So unattractive in a sense like that person like disgusts you or repulses you. So like that, so you have to have liking. So first you have to have the love, and then from there comes the compassion, and then from there comes the superior intention. So that's the process, of how you generate bodhicitta. So Geshe earlier mentioned about how you first, you have to equalize all sentient beings, see them all as equal, and then after that you have to see them as being your mother, and then after that think about their kindness, and then think about repaying their kindness, and then think about their like the affectionate love, and then then after that comes the compassion, and then from there then you take the responsibility upon yourself, which is the special intention, right? Superior thought, special, and then from there it's I don't have that, even though I want to do it by myself, but I don't have that power. So only person who has that power is the Buddha. So therefore I must become Buddha. When you have that thought, that's called bodhicitta.
The love that you have is based on their having been your mother in a past life.
그래. 다 그런 게 다 소속이다 잡아줘라. 잡아된 거는 가르친 잡아게 거서는 이만큼 맞아 운영을 해서 대전 잡아게 거서.
대단 맞이 전체 주소제나 아니 영어 전박한데 얘도 먹어 매봐 이거. 영 깨고다. 영어 좀 깨고다.
So yeah, so of course it leads to that, right? So that being the kind of the source, of all that. Why? Because they've been mother, and then why? Because when they've been mother, they've been very kind, and therefore I have to repay the kindness. So what's the best way to repay kindness? Is by bringing them happiness, which is love, right? Wanting them to be happy. So that's the best way to repay the kindness, wanting them to be happy, and then wanting them to be by taking them, relieving them from the sufferings. So wanting them to be free from suffering. So that has to come from wanting to repay their kindness. And the best way to repay the kindness is by freeing them from all the suffering and by bringing them, all the happinesses.
아니 직전에 고마고마잖아 고마고마 가려가지고 아주 깨운 것을 직진.
And so, yeah, the process is first you have to see them as a mother, right? So once you see that, then of course you will think about their kindness.
Yeah, they will
automatically. That will come automatically. And then when you think about their kindness, then you will automatically have a wish to repay their kindness.
Yeah. You don't have to different effort, just take them automatically, one by one. Okay. Okay, be compassionate, everyone, okay? Okay.
From my two collections, vast is space that I have amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading. I do not reach the state, may I be held in using skillful means to others. For a very long time, with my heart going out. Let's very this treasure of happiness, made though by soul, and the Buddhist deeds be nourished for a long time. Course to enlightenment completed due to the wondrous virtues of may all human and non-human beings, diversity making conducive for practicing the excellent path, never be blinded in any of the ways. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with this, may they always be assisted. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, which ends in God's ocean raising, to remain in life till some soul. Page 49. You who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading around your city victorious doctrine. Savior of myself and your other still disciples, please live long in the dedication prayers, page 57. Through this virtue may I swiftly happy gain Buddha's faith. Each and every sentient being without
Thank you very much, Geshe. Thank you, Damcho. Next week, Wednesday, there's Tara Puja. So no class next week, Wednesday, but Tara Puja. And then that Thursday, there's a Guru Puja as well. Then Sunday, this coming Sunday, just regular class. So keep an eye on the calendar for anything that comes up. Not super important, but I'm going to be away starting next week, Wednesday, for about 3 weeks, going to South Africa. So if anyone needs anything now or have any questions, just email me now. So, and there'll be lots of people taking care of you guys. That's it. Yes, South Africa. See my mom and dad.